Hey guys, it's Silver Snorlax. I am back today with yet another PSA arrival. Lots of base set shadowless stuff in the market over the past couple of months. This winter in particular has been really good for shadowless stuff. I've actually noticed a few people have bought first edition base set packs and opened them and graded the cards and have sold them at auction, and I'll go over that a little bit in a minute. But I have been fortunate enough to come home, babysit an auction, and snipe my way to victory, as it is. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the spoils of what I got. So we'll start it off with one of the first cards I've won recently. It's a first edition Gem Mint 10 Pidgey base set. You see there's no shadow along the border. Copyright years are correct for shadowless. It's a cool card, and actually one of the cheapest ones you can find at auction. Generally, first edition common and uncommon cards go anywhere between 40 and 60. That's not too unusual, depends on the card. I'll go over some of the ones that are more expensive and less expensive in just a moment, but that Pidgey was one of the first ones I picked up, and this is a Poliwhirl that I also picked up, Gem Mint 10 first edition. You can see the line information is correct. Uncommon card from the set, still really cool to pick up. Went for about what you expect at auction, and I know I mentioned some of the cards go for a little less or a little more. This is one of the ones that go for a little bit less. It's an energy card. They were very common in the base set era, so it's not too unusual to see them pop up at auction from time to time, and this is also a Gem Mint 10. But something interesting that I've noticed about PSA and how they grade Pokemon cards, I believe they've become a heck of a lot more lenient, especially in recent months. I'll show you what I mean. You'll notice on the back here, right above the P in Pokemon, there appears to be like a little smudge right above the P. See that? White? Just kind of looks like flecks, like dust. You can see there's no dust on the plastic sleeve I have this in, and I've tested this, and this is not part of the PSA case itself either. That is in fact part of the card. So according to PSA standards, you are allowed a 10 as long as you have only one printing defect, not damage to the card through some other means, literal printing defect, and that's it. But I've checked the corners and edges, and everything else turned out perfect. It is virtually perfect. There is that one minor flaw there, but it used to be if I got cards and I had something that obvious, I wouldn't send it in, because more often than not it would come back as either an 8 or a 9. So especially in previous months, and the way you can tell that this card was graded previously is because of this ID number. It's in the 20 million range. PSA recently hit 20 million different submissions, graded things that they had. So you'll notice some Pokemon cards, they'll have numbers like in 10 million, or they'll have even less than that. So that kind of dates the cards a little bit. But I thought this was interesting how early, excuse me, how late this card is graded, and what kind of grade they gave it despite that major flaw. Well, in my mind, a major flaw. But regardless, this still counts as a Gem Mint 10 and well worth the money. And finally, I mentioned some cards go a little bit higher. Well, I definitely have one that went way above what it normally does. It goes about twice what you would expect just an average PSA 10 to go for, but for good reason. This is the first edition Charmeleon, and it's just one step away from Charizard. So anything with Charmander, Charmeleon does tend to sell well when it's at base set. So this card set me back quite a ways, which didn't surprise me too much, but I was kind of expecting it. Also a 10, no smudges on this one, no printing defects. I've looked it over rather well, and nothing really poked out too much. But yeah, this is how it came out. First edition Charmeleon, and a cool card. One of these days, I promise you guys, I will get a first edition 10 Charizard from base set. Promise you, it'll happen. Not in the immediate future, as that card's going to set me back about $2,000, but we'll see. When the time comes, we'll definitely tackle that. So for now, still just having fun trying to collect the whole set, really, as the holos tend not to come up at auction all that frequently. So this is what I picked up. I've got a lovely collection of base set stuff starting to grow here, and it's really rather cool. Still hoping to see holos at auction. sometime in the foreseeable future, but we'll see as we go. So, thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I'll upload again soon.